What's up, friends, and welcome to another 6-1 Showcase Dev interview. My name is Kyle from sixoneindie, and I'm joined today with Zoo from Berserk Boy Games to talk all about Berserk Boy. Zoo, how are you?
I'm doing good, mate. Thanks for having me.
Of course, yeah, anytime. Berserk Boy looks like a wild time, and by the time everyone is watching this interview or watching the showcase, Berserk Boy is came out on March 6th, which is really, really cool. What's that process like to actually ship the game? I know we're recording it before it's out, but how do you anticipate that feeling of you're so close to letting the world play it?
I can't even imagine that part yet because of all the steps that lead up to it are so stressful. There's constant build updates, and then there's patch updates already. If someone found a bug and we're stressed about that, and it's just a whirlwind at the moment. But
yeah,
I'm ready to just release and sleep on the 6th of March.
Yeah, absolutely. Zoo, tell us a little bit about yourself and your history as a game dev.
Sure. So I started working in video games probably, I'd say 15 years ago, but only professionally for around 5 or 6 years. I started off just tinkering in projects, nothing special. Big love of Sonic the Hedgehog and stuff, so I'd always used to try make sort of Sonic style fan games. And then I pivoted to doing commissions stuff for pixel art, animation, and then naturally just found myself wanting to create my own project and not be sort of hired on, but instead just create my own thing. So it just led to Berserk Boy, basically.
That's awesome. And I see the Mega Man artwork behind you. Is that where your inspiration for Berserk Boy comes from?
So I grew up on Mega Man. I absolutely I'm wearing a Mega Man t-shirt. But there's a lot of things that a big melting pot of inspirations went into Berserk Boy. And it was always my thing for when I wanted to make something commercial would be something very unique and not inspired by things I love. But as I carried on working on my first project, it just kept iterating, and it just became something everything I liked. All my influences just went into it, and it was strange, but yeah, I'd say
it's funny how that happens. As someone who podcasts, I've obviously been inspired by other podcasters, and you find yourself kind of having turn of phrases that they use and cadence, whatever. It just kind of naturally develops.
Yeah,
and you can definitely tell some love of the Mega Man action platformer kind of vibes in Berserk Boy for sure. You also mentioned that it's got some Metroidvania mix in there. What makes a good Metroidvania or Metroidvania elements in your opinion?
Mm-hmm. I think what makes a good Metroidvania essentially is the show don't tell thing, where the player can instantly see this area is not accessible now, but it'd be pretty cool if I could double jump then fly across here, and all these ideas start building up. And while Mega Man ZX I was gonna say, but it's a Metroidvania, and it's what was the main thing that inspired the Metroidvania elements in Berserk Boy. I actually stripped away the long corridors and the running back and forth, because I don't know about everyone else, but my one thing that puts me off slightly about Metroidvanias is if I don't finish them in 1 or 2 or 3 sittings, I get too intimidated to start them again. So yeah, I wanted to use that show and tell thing, but not have the constant backtrack into different parts of a huge map.
That's awesome, because I, as a fan of Metroidvanias, when you are backtracking too far to go to other places and there's not a fast travel kind of thing, it does seem more tedious of an adventure than a fun one. So making everything more compact and streamlined sounds awesome. We spoke to other devs in this interview process for the showcase about the challenges of self-publishing in the indie game space. How has your experience been so far with Berserk Boy?
Yeah, it's been good. Well, it's been good in the sense I've learned a lot. I could never even imagine I'd be doing the back end stuff. It's just, I think it's a skill that I think you should have, just because it's crazy. And also, if you do end up working with the publisher, you can see what sort of stress you're putting on them. If you're constantly like, hey, I need this, it's not like a click of a button. There's a lot of like things to happen. It's been smooth-ish. I've had a lot of support from SMG, who like they sort of like guide me through the process, and like if I have any questions, they just help me out. But stressful would probably be the overarching like. Yeah, it's just been a bit stressful.
Yeah, I can only imagine. What's it like with the pixel art style and creating for that one? How that is also something that I feel could when people look at these style of games, like artistic style of games, where things might seem to look a little samey because pixel art can only bring you so far. So how do you go into making your art style unique, and what goes into just like creating art in that style? Because I'm not artistic, so I always like to learn how people do these things that I love.
No, that's an awesome question actually, because people always say like how limited pixel art can be, but I feel like once you sort of like once you like sort of have like an idea in your head or like a theme in your head, you can like sort of mold it. There's so many more like ways to go, because like there's like a lot of anime influences in Berserk Boy, like the thick eyebrows and the the big eyes, the big hair, and the proportions are very like anime. So like it was essentially just trying to get those things across. Bright colors, very poppy. And the sprites are quite large as well. So it took a lot of iterations actually. Now that I'm actually thinking about it, I'm making it sound like it was like it clicked in my head and it was like a quick process, but no, it took a lot of like iteration of different designs and stuff. But I think having like a core theme and focusing on it and keeping it consistent was probably like the best thing we could have done, really, in terms of making the artwork for it.
Yeah, for sure. How long has Berserk Boy been in development?
I think it's going to be just shy of 5 years, I think.
Wow.
When it comes out, which sounds crazy to say. I literally never thought it'd be coming out. So
I mean, that's totally fair. Yeah. And how many people are on the team with you to making it?
Yeah, so originally it started off with just me working on as a pixel artist, and then at a certain point we had 6 core members of the project, including like concept artists, illustrators, musicians, additional programmers as well, and including, if you include the voice talent, I think it goes up to like, I think there was like 15 or 20 people on the project at once. Awesome. Which is insane. But at the moment, it's me and Chris. He's the lead programmer on the project, and we've just been like gunning the last like 2 years.
Yeah, I can imagine.
2.5 years just trying to get everything done, and it's just been quite crazy. But
yeah, like you said, the finish line's almost here. So close. When it comes to the music in this game, T. Lopes, who did Sonic Mania, Metal Slug Tactics, most recently Penny's Big Breakaway, it's such a perfect fit for Berserk Boy. How did that relationship begin and happen? And I can only imagine just how excited you are to have that level of talent contribute to your game.
It did, yeah. I mean, I'm a massive fan. I was a big fan of his work prior to working with him, so it was awesome. I think we started talking like, I think it was like 5 years ago or 6 years ago. I posted some like artwork, like a concept piece of a stage that didn't exist, and it was just like Berserk Boy stuff. And I think we were just talking on a Twitter thread of like, hey, this looks cool, thanks so much. And then just like a DM like, hey, this was cool, if you ever like, work on it. And then one day I was like, hey, want to work on Berserk Boy? And he was down, really, really good to work with. Like it's like one of those like he just gets the assignment sort of thing, so I don't really have to say too much. Just like, hey, this is the theme, this is the world, this is the situation, and then he just like cooks up something really good.
I can imagine it being daunting to be trying to give somebody of that caliber notes on something. Like, I don't feel qualified enough to give you notes, but
pretty much, I'm just like, maybe a little bit more, I don't know, pitch here, I don't know.
Exactly. I trust you. You know what you're doing. You hear that, kids out there? Shoot your shot. You never know what happens. That's awesome. I know we touched on it before, and I think you might have said it. Forgive me. Your favorite Mega Man game? What would it be?
Uh, um,
I
may,
feel the pressure.
maybe Mega Man 8 or Mega Man 03
Okay.
or Mega Man 02.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Mega Man ZX. I don't know. Or Mega Man Battle Network. I honestly don't know. I don't know. I like them all.
It's always a tough question when they
Yeah,
get thrown those
it's.
things. I don't know what to answer.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Where is Mega Man Zoo? Where are they? Where's he hiding? Where's the new games?
I don't know actually. I wish there was something
Kind of
new. But
surprising. Yeah.
yeah, but it's. I don't know. I mean, I was happy with the Battle Network re-release. That was pretty cool.
Hmm.
I was happy with that, but yeah, I don't know actually. I hope there's not one coming out like next week or something.
No,
'Cause
I know nothing. So I think
maybe
you're good.
like in the next like 2 months launch something.
Yeah, yeah.
3
You,
months.
you hear that, Capcom?
Yeah,
Take a little while.
Maybe
It's fine.
maybe they're waiting for Berserk Boy to come out.
Yeah.
And then
That's fair.
no, I don't know. I want something new though.
Yeah. But for fans of that style of game, Berserk Boy is out as of you watching this and as of the showcase. For Zoo, we got another week left, which is exciting. Thank you so much for not only joining me today to talk about the game and your history as a game dev, but for allowing us to show off the game. It looks incredible. Cannot wait to play. For those of you watching, if they want to keep up to date on your games and your future games and more about Berserk Boy, where can they follow you and the game?
Yeah, and you can follow us on Twitter, and we have a Discord as well. It's just Berserk Boy Games. And yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course, yeah, anytime. Stay locked here to youtube.com/sixoneindie, as well as sixoneindie.com/showcase for all the other games that we showed off, as well as all the other dev interviews. Thank you very much. We love you, and play more indies. Bye.